Morning. Let's get this right. Yep. Hopefully I'm streaming now in where am I? Teri Fancy Crafts page and Teri's Creating Corner. Got it. I know what my groups are. Right. If you're out there and you can hear me, please say hello. Right, I can see I've got one person. Yeah, if you can see and hear me, if you can say hello, I'll know that we're good to go. So I'll keep looking over that way because that's where my screen is. Morning, Tanith. Okay, so we are good to go. You can all see me on replay if you want to actually see me. I don't. So I'm going down. I can talk better now because I don't have to keep turning my head around. I'm going to do a tag this morning. So it looks like it's just me and you, Tan. How are you doing? You okay? I'll give it a few more minutes. I've literally just picked up a load of things. So you can see there, I've got some stamps, I've got some ink pads that I think I might need. I've got all these bits and pieces, so I've got my choice of what I want to use because I'm not sure what mood I'm in today. I've got stamps, and I've actually got some clay molds that I did. So, tell you what, while I'm waiting, I'm trying to use these up because I think resin is a lot better than modelling clay. Seems to, I know you like a tag. You gave me the idea. Oh, yes, tag. Back to work, see, for the first time, and I don't know, I haven't got a clue what I normally do, what I'm doing. So, yeah. Okay, so there seems to be a few, not many. If you're watching this for the first time and you haven't come across StreamYard before, I'm using a program software called StreamYard. For you to comment and for me to see who you are, you need to give it permission to use your name. You don't have to give it permission because the alternative is to actually put who you are after the comment you make. And I've just realised I'm short of a light on here. Okay, so I'm going to get going. Yeah, shall I wait a couple of more minutes? No, I'm going to get going. I was just stalling because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got a white, it's card. I don't know what make. It was in my scraps. I keep a little box with scraps in so that I can use bits and pieces like this. Look, and if it goes wrong, I've got more of there. So what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to just give it some texture. I keep this book here for where did I put that? Normally for brayering and layering off any excess ink, but I don't have any that I've brayed and got excess ink on. Otherwise, I normally use them for stamping. So what I'm going to do is just pick the paper. Oh, I panicked then. I didn't think I had my Mod Podge, but I do. This is what I use to stick that down with. So I'm just going to, I like to tear it, but I'm going to use some water on it because it fills, it tears the fibres. It doesn't have a lot of water on it. Every time I pick up a pen, it either hasn't got a lot or it's got too much, and I'm just sort of randomly doing this because then I can pull it as opposed to tearing it, and you've got the frayed ends. So she says. bottom at the bottom. Doesn't matter because I'll just probably do that along there. Right, and we'll just stick that down with some. Oh, this is where I got caught Stuart now, isn't it? Done it. Done it. Okay, so old brush. I never got an old brush, but then when I want a new one, I got too many old ones. I'm already going in. I'm terrible with my brushes. I won't use them. Oh, I'll use this one. Here. This is some kitchen towel. I'm going to put it on here first, just around the area that I want it. This brush was in water from yesterday. Could even be the day before. I haven't been very good at cleaning up my desk because it's Christmas, somebody said. So I'm mumbling here, and I. Right, so I'm just going to go under the edges just to get it and go off the top. As I say, I haven't really got much of a clue what I'm doing. And I probably should have done something with the colour of the tag first, but this will all blend in. Trust me. So leave that there. Now, what shall I do? I've forgotten what I do normally. So when in doubt, get some acrylic paint out. And we'll have some, I've got some new stuff here. Okay, with the Magic Graphics Bob. What are they called? I was going to say mysterious mystery boxes. So I'll be here all morning if I got to open them. So sometime in the new year, I will be organised. I can't find the little ones, so I'm going to have to use the big paint. I'm just going to put a little bit on here, says she. Now, this is very thick stuff. It's so thick it won't come out. There we go. I'm not even going to go there what it looked like. All right. Okay, now as I say, it is really thick, so I'm going to just spray a bit of water on there. And this is when I'm going to get my hands dirty, so I need a wipe. See, when in doubt about doing, and you don't know what you're doing with a tag or something, just get a load of things out and say, I'm going to use, that's what I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do is, oh wow, this was thick. I haven't used it for a while. I chase it all around now. Right. It's more fun like this. Put this under here. I'm just going to, could use my gelatos really. I'm randomly going over places because I don't want, I had an idea in mind last night what I was going to do, and it wasn't this. I just remembered. Oh, that's enough of that colour. Yeah, I got this. This is a Ranger one. And it was years and years before, I'm answering Tanith now, it was years and years before I decided I would pay out for it because they were a bit expensive. Prior to that, I had just an ordinary one. But I do like this because of the spray, it's nice and fine. Yeah. And you can actually do it there where it's not fine, but I've yet to find that out. Okay, so now I've made a mess of that. I'm going to, do you know what? I'm going to use some gelatos that I haven't done for ages. How do you fancy that? I never thought I'd be using these this morning. In a million years, but I'm going to. Don't look, Tana, if you might want them. Although you've got distress crayons, haven't you? So you'll be fine. That's too much. And that's going to be too orangey. Oh no. Keep it in with some green. It's going to be an absolute mess. All we need now is a nice brush. So many nice brushes just now, and now I haven't. This water's not too dirty. Let's make it nice and muddy. That's how we like it. Bit of a mess, isn't it? Don't panic. Now these ones I'm using are translucent, which is why that's not going over. So I need some opaque ones. I wasn't paying attention. Put some yellow in there, that'll be better. Look. Better. And I don't think that the brown is actually dry. I know you don't have gelatos. Apparently they work differently to the distress crayons, but I don't know. Because you can actually just, I think you can do this with the distress ones as well, just do it like that. You can use a baby wipe. Baby wipe is not going to be advisable on my bits of paper here, but it's looking a right mess now, isn't it? It will be fantastic. Yeah, I should have gone with rubbing it first in the first place, shouldn't I? See, now you can see how I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I'm not sure that I got much of one at the moment, but just trying to see if this is translucent or not. I think I've got a little bit of blue here. So I'm going to smoosh that around. And now I'm going to turn that over and with a good old nail file, I'm just going to it's not wet enough. Should have done it earlier. Do it after. I'm going to rip that one off there. God, this is this is playing, isn't it? I'm going to be covering most of this up anyway. Okay, so we'll stop playing around. Now I'm going to get some nice paper and start collaging it up. Do I want some purple now? This is paper I've had for years. Yeah, it's looking quite a mess at the moment, but it will come together. As you know, you're the master of the tags, so you know. No, I'm going to do here. These freebie indigo blue books. Oh, there you go. Nice page. These are two nice seed papers, aren't they? Use that side. Okay, so I'm going to pull this one around by here a bit. So I don't want the white showing, so what I'm going to do is pull it under. If you pull it under, then you don't get the white showing. If you pull it up, then you do. Okay. So if you pull it under, or as I said, you can actually you can wet it. Let me neck. Now see all this, okay, so all this is a mess underneath. Some of it will show through, some of it won't, but once I've got a lot of colour down, however much of a mess I've made, I've got somewhere to go. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's a good way to play, to be honest, which is more or less what I'm doing now, isn't it? Get that one out the way because I use that as a good one. Let's just dry that off a bit. A lot. Probably shouldn't be putting water in my I was going to go that way, wasn't I? No, blue is nice. Blue is nice. And I'm going to go right up to the edge this time. It'll be easier than now by putting this on top, I'm making it non-porous, so like watercolors and things like that, I'll slide over it. So once I've done that, you're not going to be able to put watercolor things on easily because they've got nowhere to sink into. Okay, just going to so according to this, I've got nobody watching, so I can just play on my own. Take this around here. I did think today wasn't a good day to do a live, but you know, I said I would, so I will. Okay, put that up here. I'm not sure about all this up here, so what I might do. Now I've got some of this. Oh, you're still there. Okay then. Oh yeah, it's come back up now. One. You turned me off, didn't you? I know. This is Ranger, and I can't remember what sort of thing it's called. It might be Coordinations, CO, and then hyphen Ordinations. And the good thing about it is it's got a different core in the middle. So whatever that was at the top, where it's in the pad with holes, whatever that is, that's what the core is in the middle. And you can, I mean, it's the same difference you pull it towards you, then it will be that side that will have the edge. Pull it this way, and it's that edge. Okay, so you can manipulate which part you want the edge on. This, I love this because you can actually sand it as well. Get sanded out. Oh, if I can find one. Yes, look by magic. You can see if you sand it, that bottom part will come through. Now it's already textured, but if you put it through an embossing folder, it'll be better. There you are, you can see. And I've got loads of this stuff, so see. Oh, hi, Linda. So I'm going to use a bit of this. Let's go back to it. Just going to put it by there, I think. As I say, all that what was I doing? All the messing about with the gelatos and what have you did actually get me started, because I didn't have a clue what I was going to do, and now I've got a bit more of a clue. So this is getting good. I won't cover up the whole of the mess I made underneath. Don't worry. Should they have that? Perfect. I don't want to. There we go. Still, not sure that was a good idea with all that sanding. Right, so I'm getting a bit chimney up here at the back, but I'll put card on that probably. That needs a bit more sticking down. I could use glue for this, to be honest. For this, certainly for this piece, because it's more like card type paper, whereas obviously the page from the book was is a lot thinner. I always end up with bits not done, especially if I'm on camera. Okay, so get that back in me. I don't know why I keep putting this on. Now that sort of looks like it's sticking out, doesn't it? On its own. Ooh, got glue now on the wires, on my wires. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I've had some brand new stencils as well from Magic Graphics mystery box. There is a lot in them. It's some one-step crackle finish in there, which I'm wanting to use, but it needs to dry, so I didn't have anything prepared. Perhaps next week I can be more prepared. Who knows? Right, I did like these that come. They're creative expressions and they're masks. Now the mask is, I haven't tried this out, but I do know that I've tried it with, I think it was Imagination Crafts. They had, they actually designed, or I don't know if they designed, they had an embossing mat that would go with it. But you can run it through your embossing folders because it's actually strong. It's more of a mask than a stencil. So I just thought I'd use this on here. Let's give it to these gelatos because I've had my play with them. see how that works. So I think I need to tone it down a bit. What colours have I got? Really tone it down, isn't it? I need to tone it down or brighten it up. I'm going to use some tea dye. All these little sponges. I think it'll be a sponge. I don't even know if that's a clean one. I did a load of washing with my sponges. Oh, I've not turned down here. And then I can use this for stamping or something. Right. Look at it. Can't even see that. Right, you can. Just going sort of random. It's come up on there, but not so well up here. So I'm going to need something darker up there. I don't know if I want something a bit brighter. Okay, tan, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, let's have some orange. That's looking a bit, I know what I'll do with that after. The orange up here. It's looking a little bit stuck out on its own, but it won't. Oh, quite nice, isn't they? Yeah, I'm quite liking them. Yeah, leave that for now. Just rid of all the colour off it. And then I'm going to put some stamps on it now. Now, I did like this. This was another thing that came out of a different Magic Graphics. No, it didn't. No, I bought this separate. Sorry. Forgive me. I bought that separate. So I'm going to just pull that together up there in a minute. I'm not going to use a stamping block. Put it on the one side. Could have done the stenciling on top of that, couldn't I? Not to worry. I can go over it if I want to. Now, I think I'm going to put some up by there. What other stamps did I bring out? Excuse me with my arms. Oops. Oh, now that's what the card was called. Coordinations. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the colour core cardstock. I think they still do. I can't remember. It's years and years ago. Right, so let's have a bit of now, do we need a ticket or no? I'm going to and I am going to use a stamping block, and I'm going to use something more subtle. And if it don't come out, then I'm going to use black. This one is Hickory Smoke, and the other one I used over there was Pumice Stone. They're Distress Oxides because I don't have these colours in Distress ink for no other reason. For stamping, I think I probably would have used just the Distress ink. This is chalky, even though it's absolutely no chalk in Distress Oxide. You can't actually see it, but it does sort of add to the texture in there. So you can see the grey. So it's just giving another little bit of interest. I'm not sure about that, but it's there now. It can't come away. It looks a bit sort of heavy. So I think, what should I do with that? I might sort of bring it in with, I wonder if I've got a strip of music at the top. No, I think I've done enough stamping for now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I've got all these, all this out of the way for now. So I'll go around it at the end. In fact, I think I'm going to go around it now just in case, it's sticking down again. Just in case I can't get underneath to the borders. I'm just using some acrylic there. So that's okay. Okay, I think I'm going to go around it with, I think I'm going to use the new, well, it's not so new now, the cracked, is it crackling camp or something? If I can find it. Was here yesterday. No, I got it. And this is just the Distress ink as opposed to oxide. Crackling Campfire. It was his new one before last. I think the last one was a forest green or a pine green. It was a green, but I can't remember sort of what green. I'm going to use one of these just to go around the edge. This is nice, rich, browny, red campfire, like a copper, actually. I'm just sort of skimming the edges of it, just so that it will look finished when I've finished. That makes sense. Right, so I'm going to be doing these now once a week on a Wednesday. I'm going back into them. Apart from the weeks before, I've got a workshop. And obviously the week, I do a lot of 5-day challenges. Well, I say a lot, at least 4 a year. And they take a whole week, the 5 days. So I do a live every morning in them. So I don't do a live on my page generally. And if you're wondering about a 5-day challenge, you may well be watching this on YouTube. If you're watching it on Teri Fantasy Crafts, you might not be aware of the 5-day challenges. Basically, as I say, it's 5 days. There's a theme each day. And you work to a theme. I do a demonstration or a live each morning just to give you a little bit of inspiration for the theme and maybe in using a technique or two. I cater a lot for beginners. So if you're in the category of you don't know where to start, it is a good place to start. Yeah, so I'll tell you more about that at the end. I'm babbling on now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I bought some burlap, just a little sample burlap, which is plenty. And I can't remember if this is calico. I think it is. I think it might be calico. Don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get my pinking shears out for this because I want a square. I know that. Don't know how big yet. Yeah. Got to be careful with the scissors because I've been cutting my finger instead of whatever I'm cutting. It's the angle I turn them at. I've been turning them this way and sort of nicking myself there, so I've got to stop that. Oh, look at the state of my hands. Okay, he's going to go up here somewhere. I might put that on top. Yes, I will. I'm going to just cut that off with some ordinary scissors, and then I'll pull it out. Not quite a square, is it? There it is. Now it's more of a square. Take these bits off. Well, those bits, put them in a little jar. They'll be good for texture. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to put a little pocket on across there. Yes, I like my pockets, as most people know. So use that side. Yeah. I'm not going to use them because they're for fabric. I've got these old, these children ones. Okay. I'm going to use a little bit of that crackling campfire on here. I think I'm going to fray that a little bit with some water. I did have a water pen. That's right. Just on the edges so that I can fray it. It's not too wet. Just bear with me. I've got stuff all over the floor here. Just hope husband don't come past, otherwise they might have to claim on the insurance. Drops all over there. And then I can just make it not look so uniform. Just with my nail. Just dried up quickly. I know you can see all different pens coming out here. That's because I've got a pot of them. And I just reach for the first one when I'm in a hurry. If I'm not in a hurry, I take ages and ages to find one that I think I'm looking for. And then I use it and decide it was the wrong one in the first place. So give it a touch. So that it sort of looks as if it belongs. Better in there. There we go. Oh, I was just going to stick it down all the way along, but I don't need to do that, do I? We wouldn't have had a pocket then, would we? Where'd I put my... See anything like my desk now? I will show you. Just a little bit on the edges so that I can get something in there. I'm also going to... It's just come to me now. I'm just going to a little bit of this oh, what do they call it? Is it eyelash thread or something like that? That's what they call it. Goes everywhere when you cut it, but just going to put a bit of that on there. That's right. Just do nice line. Should stick. I'm using the usual Cosmic Shimmer glue. I keep remembering that's the pocket. So happened to have a little tag here, not on purpose because I didn't know what I was doing. It was one of the many things that I just pulled out of my drawer this morning. So now I want some little bits and pieces to go in them. Now, this is just for you. This is a pack from Lellybot Crafts. She's not actually still going. She's not making new packs or anything, but this is actually the steampunk pack. I do have a few left on my website. I'll just put the website up in case anybody does want to have a look. I'm not, there you go. I've got a clearance sale because I don't any longer do shows and do a lot of selling of supplies anymore. I don't stock supplies. So this is a clearance sale. They were $4.25 and there's 40% off everything in the clearance sale on the website. So, yeah, feel free. Feel free to, and if you were looking at clearance stuff, I can only post out if it goes in a large letter, which is sort of about, I don't know, but that big. I can't do a parcel because it would mean I have to go to the post office, and that's something I'm not doing at the moment. So see, that could go in there, but now I'm going to put that one. I was going to tuck in there, but just for you. Right, let's take this off now because you don't want that on there. Let's go back to see if anyone's commenting. Right. So I need something nice to go on top of it, don't I? I think it looks steampunky. I've got all these steampunky things here. Now, yes, that looks good. Right, okay, so I know you would need to know how I did that. It's actually, yes, resin, and how I got to that stage. I will actually do different, that's too big for that. I will do different lives where perhaps one day I'll just do some of them, so you can just get the gist of how to do them. Perhaps just a button, not pink, I know. So I've got a black one. Yeah, I think I dragged the black button. Now, what I've done with that, I've gessoed it. Okay, I'm not sure I even want that. Might need a bigger piece of the burlap. Now, I've actually gessoed that with black gesso. It was bright pink. I think I got some blue under there as well at some stage, but I'm now going to, I'm just going to put some metallic paint on. Now this is Deco Art and it's aged bronze. Okay. Put a little bit. It's one of these ones you need to shake. I do have a nice little brushes for this. Yes. Bit too much, so I'm going to continue putting stuff on here. I mean, this is basically what I do, what most people do. Is there anywhere else I can stick that on so I don't waste it? It's a good page. I do a little bit of that. Like that. We can get that on there. There we are. And you can use these because you can stamp on it, and they will look good. I'm going to put a bit of pewter on there as well, just so that it gives it a bit of no rhyme or reason to why and where I'm putting all this, but there you go. All right, just to show you quickly. Now this tag I've made this morning has come from just a load of scraps that I had here. So, cut it the same as that at the moment. I don't know if you can see that. And then I can trim it down. Just trim it down a tiny bit. And I can use all these bits and pieces as texture for the gel press. They go in, well, they go in other projects. And I'm just, oh no, it's slightly bigger. So, cut them off. I bet it's going to be the same size now, isn't it? After all that. Let's get some, oops. It's going to be wet. Now, I've been using fabric glue, if I can find it, for the harder jobs. It's Beacon. And I'm just going to put that by there. And I cut it wrong, so it's all seeping out of these sides instead of where it's supposed to come out of. It's a bit stringy, like a glue gun really, but not as bad. And then you do need something little on there. So look what I got in my drawer. Just have a little bow. I've had these bows for don't know how long. So, is that too gorgy? It's a bit too gorgy for me this morning. Oops. There we go. So we've got a little just for you in there. Have something bigger if you want. And now all that's left to do is to put a hole in the top. We use this crocodile thingy. You can just use a normal punch. I've used a small hole. If I use a small or the big one, that's the big one. I'm not going to use one of the fancy things that comes with it. I'm going to use one of these that I got from Paper Chase because I had a voucher for my birthday. Otherwise, I wouldn't have paid what I did for them. But I won't put it on the back because what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover that with a piece of card. And the way I'll do it is just sort of get the card, stick it onto it, and then cut round it. I won't do it now. Silly me, I'll need to put a hole in there. I should have stuck it first, but what I'll do is just do the same hole. I'll put the hole in here rather than go through there because I've already got this stuck on, or I'll put it in there and stick another one on top. Okay, so that's what I'll do with that. I will put a piece of string or some of that eyelash stuff to make the tag. I won't do that now. I'll do a photograph of it when it's finished, when I put the tag in. Oh, the tag. When I put the string in. And just to show you to do this, it's really easy. I know most of you would know, but as I said, I do these things for beginners. If you put it in from the front and then pull it over, you have this knot then at the front like that. Okay, and that's literally all I will be doing to that. So I hope you've enjoyed that. It's my first day back really doing anything like this because I've just played around Christmas. And yeah, I'm really happy with that because that would go lovely in a journal. It'd make a nice gift to somebody with the Just For You in. I might change that and put something that I make in there. Yeah, so as I said at the beginning that I've got a challenge coming up. And if you want to join in the challenge, I've actually got a link up in the description of this, but there's the link that you need to join. The challenge is basically 5 days. Each day you will get a theme. I won't give you any of the themes now. You will be let into the group a week before the challenge begins. The challenge begins on the 11th of January. So you'll be let in this weekend. Just request to join now. You'll be let in over the weekend. And then I will tell you sort of at the beginning of the week. I've not finalised them yet. I've got a pretty good idea of the themes so that you've got some idea of what the themes are. It's your take on them. As I say, I'll do a live each morning to give you some inspiration on it. There's no pressure. If you don't finish it, you don't finish it. There is a prize draw at the end. If you do manage to do all the 5 days, there is a prize draw at the end that will give you a chance of having a free place on my next workshop coming up. which is looking like it's going to be a journaling one. So watch this space. If you're actually watching from on YouTube or on Teri B Fantasy Craft, please come over. I'm just changing the link at the bottom. Please, by all means, come across and join in my Facebook group, which is Teri's Creating Corner. It's just a lovely little group where we share ideas. There's lots of beginners in there. There's lots of experience crafters in there. And yeah, it's a lovely little group. And that's where my lives go in, as well as wherever you're watching them from. I always make sure that the group gets alive. Okay, so that's it for now. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you possibly next Wednesday, same place, same time. Bye for now.